and welcome to Cryptobytes, the podcast where we find today's news and information in the crypto space and break it down into bite-sized chunks. I'm your host, Rick.
And this is Rob. Guys, thank you for tuning in again. A little bit of a hiatus there, but we got some big updates. But before we start, guys, if you're looking at the price of Bitcoin, you're looking for probably one of the easiest, most cost-effective ways to cost average in, go to the link above, swampbitcoin.com/AGC. Sign up, start stacking, get $10 of free Bitcoin. Wow.
Now, if you're on the other side of this, and Bitcoin's a little too rich for you, and you happen to have some ADA, well, we have some big news for you. Big news.
Should we just keep teasing it until like the
100%.
last 30 seconds of the show, or should we just get into it right now?
Ooh, that's a good point. Maybe, it's always good to tease a little while before we just get on into it. It's just something we have to do. Maybe we should just let the cat out of the bag.
All right. Well, in Epoch 349, we minted not one block, but 2 blocks. I think we're up for 1, and our luck factor was pretty good, and we got 2 blocks that Epoch. And then we followed it up with a combo of 1 block and Epoch 350.
So tree fitty.
So AGC has officially minted 3 blocks. Thank you to all of our long-term delegators.
Thank
and
you.
Those that I guess believed in us, those that
From
came in. Thank you to Mr. or Mrs. Whale out there.
I think we all know who the whale is, and I think this is the wrong terminology. I think we both know that we minted the block in Epoch Tree Fitty, and what happens when you have Tree Fitty?
Oh yeah, Tree Fitty. Loch Ness Monster! The Loch Ness Monster is our
It's not a whale. It's the Loch Ness Monster.
It's the Loch Ness Monster. Oh wow, yeah. I didn't even put that together. It just makes so much sense.
I didn't want to say it until we got on the show, but that's right. That's right.
It makes so much sense now. So if you are a whale, a shark, if you hold any sizable amount of ADA, it could be 10, could be 500,000, could be $1 million. Consider delegating to AGC. We're partially doxed. You see our faces, and we're very accessible.
And we're incredibly low saturation. So, if you want to make maximum return, ticker AGC.
Right. I think our luck factor is like 150% or 125. I forget what it is. But yeah, you come into the pool and you're gonna make a lot of ADA return than if you're a big fish in a shark in a like saturated pool. You're not gonna make as much as if you come with us.
We've been saying this from the get-go. Stake with AGC. Luck factor 124%.
Right. AGC, look it up in your Returnal, look it up in pool tools, ADA pools. We're going to be updating our metadata pretty soon here. That is going to coincide with a Vassal hard fork. I mean, it's the hard fork that everybody's been talking about recently. It's going to bring
sharding, man.
Right. It's going to bring in much needed updates to scalability and faster transaction speeds, different ways for smart contracts to interact with on-chain and off-chain data. So it's night and day difference. We're excited about it. And shit. I mean, what else can we say about Cardano? We love it.
I mean, love is an understatement. We making babies with it.
Well, it definitely is one of the better cryptos that's out there. But let's go into our story here. It's been a few weeks since we've been on it. In that time, we've seen Three Arrows Capital go bankrupt, and with the cascading effects of this incestuous DeFi leverage that's been going on, right? Someone takes a loan out, they deposit some sort of crypto, get a loan out, go to another protocol, swap those coins out, and rinse and repeat over and over again. Well, it turns out the big boys, the big players out there, the Three Arrow Capitals, the Celsiuses, the BlockFis, and who knows how many other out there, were also trading amongst themselves. Basically no different than fractional reserve banking, leveraged up to the tits, as as they might say in the yeah, and it all comes crashing down, right? So what is the true price of Bitcoin? I mean, it was obviously bid up to 67,000 from like 3,000 back in 2020. So yeah, it turns out that Celsius, this was a lending protocol. I looked into it a while back. I didn't feel comfortable um, recommending it to any of the people that we've onboarded that might be looking for different ways to use their crypto. But it turns out they, well, so they had $5.5 billion on their balance sheet. Um, and
Did they?
4.7 billion of that was from depositors, just like maybe me or you, right?
Right.
So that other billion was what, institutional traders. You got to ask yourself yeah, they were offering what, like 20% yield on some of these products. So who was the yield really? It wasn't you getting the 20%. You were earning the 20% for some of these institutional guys, and you got wiped out because it turns out, if you looked at the terms of service, um, you are an uncredited depositor or something like that. So yeah, you're in the back of the line whenever they go bankrupt, and it turns out they did. So this tweet from Walksher, what is it here? Watcher.guru. Celsius network plans to offer customers an option to recover either cash or at a discount, obviously, or remain long in crypto. So I don't think they want people going for the cash offer. They want you to stay
Oh,
in
huh.
your coin that might have blown up, and for you to have the hopium there to maybe, it's going to go
Opium.
up one day. It's going to go up one day. Oh, I stock up to X amount of dollars and it'll get backed up there one day. Um, I don't know. Maybe the cash offer is probably what you want to go right now.
I mean, I made the same kind of offer to my ex.
I
I
can give you what it's worth now, or you can hold the coins until the next bull market. And that's
it's true.
essentially what Celsius is offering you, right? You put in $100 of whatever crypto was at the top. Well, now you're going to get a significant haircut. And this is what happens when people, I guess, maybe it's like back in 1922 or 1920s, the Roaring 20s. People didn't. People were living like these lavish, these lifestyles, the Gilded Age, throwing parties, the Great Gatsby of times,
Mm,
right? Doing some
the
back
Roaring Twenties.
doing some back office dealings at the party. For spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't read the book yet, he dies at the end. But
Oof.
right. But look, this is the same thing that was happening back there. People were doing deals. Okay, I got like X amount of dollars of these gullible people that deposited and trusted in us, and you, Mr. Institutional player that has billions of dollars, we can offer you this leverage, and here's what we're playing with. Right? You were the product that they were selling to some of these people, and now that I would say the musical chairs has stopped. Well, you don't have a chair
Hmm.
anymore,
It's
right? The
true.
bubble, someone has burst, and this is the environment we're in now. Um,
I
I,
mean,
mhm,
let's go back and digress a little bit here. Like, I know crypto blew up. I think we all saw astronomically large numbers, and people were investing in literally every project that came to fruition.
right.
I some
E-
of this stuff was just
Every
utter
ape
garbage.
project, every doodle NFT, every
Every
token
PFP,
that
yeah,
said it was an
anything.
algorithmically stable coin, right? Everything.
So like now what we're watching here is we're watching the fire actually burn through all of this, and like it's separating all like the actual wheat from the chaff here, and what we're going to be left with are what we started with, the cryptos that matter, right? The stuff that actually functions, the Bitcoin, I hate to say it, the Ethereum, probably still going to have Cardano around, still going to have probably some of these
Probably.
stable coins, but that's going to change.
I can guarantee. Well, Cardano's going to be around, man. It's made for builders, and in a bear market, the ones that are building the tools for the next bull cycle, that's where you want to be invested in. Not
Ooh, that's well
investment
said.
advice.
Well said.
This isn't financial advice, but Cardano is a place for builders, and I would welcome anybody and everybody to take a look at what's happening on chain. Like we just mentioned earlier in the show, we got the Vaso hard fork going to improve transactions and smart contracts. Um, Bitcoin is always a good coin to have.
In
If you
fact, if you're looking for $10 of free Bitcoin,
right,
it's
right.
swanbitcoin.com/AGC.
So if you got utterly destroyed or wrecked, as the kids call it these days in the crypto market, maybe you want to get the cash and get into Bitcoin or ADA or some other top 10 crypto. I don't know. Again, not financial advice. If you got wrecked, I don't feel sorry for you, really.
I
You
mean,
know, it's
they're
fine.
obvious selling signals, right? Well, I mean, would
It
you
can
guys
happen
get
to
the
any of us, right? It can happen to any of us.
It can. I mean, I don't feel sorry is a really, really brash statement. I would probably say something along the lines of, I
Oof.
hope you learned a very valuable lesson here. I
Yes.
hope that you walked away from this with some new words in your vocabulary. Um, and uh, and I hope that we also learn not to invest in some random cryptos. Like, let's not do that. Let's just keep it simple here. Keep
Right,
it
right.
simple.
Words matter, and you are a wordsmith. Thank you for that. Yes, what he said. Um, but let's wrap it up here. Um, like we mentioned earlier in the show, AGC has minted 3 blocks. We are now on the board. If you have any sizable amount of ADA, reach out to us. You can follow us on Twitter. Send us the DMs. DMs are open at Our Heroes Crypto. If
Yep.
you are interested in anything related to NFTs, check out at NFTs with Keys. He's our producer for today. Thank you, Keys. And again, interested in $10 of free Bitcoin, go to the link above, swampbitcoin.com/AGC. Oh, also, hit the bell for notifications whenever we go live. Subscribe and retweet this if you see us on Twitter. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And with that, that's your crypto bite.